Hey everybody, welcome back. So I thought we would do a get ready with me using the new Avon makeup. Some of it is permanent and some of it is limited edition for Mother's Day. I'm going to use the new Magix Tint Natural, which is permanent, and the Magix Corrector, which is permanent. And then we're also going to use the Cashmere Eyeshadow Palette, which is limited, as well as the Cashmere Multi face palette, which is limited for Mother's Day also. So yeah, I know I said I would do this video, so I need to get started with it and crack-a-lackin' on it. Yes. And then I guess that's it. So I've already primed my face with, I tried something different. This is not Avon. This is it's a baby size of the e.l.f. Putty Primer in the matte formula. I've been hearing a lot about the Putty Primer from e.l.f. and I wanted to try it. And my grocery store had a trio. And so it's just these little sample sizes. It came with the matte one, the poreless one, and the luminous. And when I used this Magix Tint before, this is one of the newer formulas. It's now available in 3 formulas. The original one, then this one, which is a natural, and then one that's oh shoot, I can't remember what the third one is at the moment. But oh, oil free. I think oil free maybe. This one I was a little too dewy with my luminous primers that I usually use, so I thought I would try it with the matte primer underneath it and see how it went. So we're going to do that. And then I also have on the Dr. Belmure Cica Peptide lip balm. I've been loving this lip balm, you guys. It's so good. It's really helped heal my chapped lips. I'm going to put my, can't stand any little bangs hanging down or anything like that. I don't like that at all. So yeah, let me clip those bangs up just to get them like out of the way there. I just don't like any bangs hanging down when I'm trying to put my makeup on. I know that's kind of weird, but I just, it's a pet thing of mine, pet peeve. I know I can just hold the bangs up out of the way and everything, but I don't like to do that. so we're going to go ahead and get started with the natural. So this is, I think, a demi-matte formula, and it seems to have decent coverage. I have it in the shade. Let me make sure I tell you the correct shade. This will probably be another long one, so you might as well mosey up and get yourself a drink and everything. This is just the shade light, so I just wanted to make sure. I thought that it was, but I wanted to be positive. Yeah, this is going to be a long one, but that's all right. That's all right. I know some of you guys really like the long ones. Some of you don't. I need to work on doing some of the shorter ones, but yeah, most of the time oops, I think I might have got a little bit too much, but that's okay. I got a Kleenex handy, so if I do have too much, I can wipe it off with my finger. Yeah, I just tend to be long-winded. That's the way I am, but you guys have been with me for a really long time, so most of you, so you're used to it, right? Oh. Alright, so I'm just going to start blending that in with the brush. I wish I could use the blender sponge, but they're so hard for me to hold. So, I don't know why I'm using the mirror, or the viewfinder as a mirror, because I have a mirror over here. So I'd say the coverage is, you know, like decent. I still have a lot of blending to do. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. You could build it for sure if you wanted to. have a hair loose. See, this is why it drives me nuts. I don't like any hair. There we go. Hanging down over my face. But I think it's pretty. I mean, it looks, once you get it blended in, it's pretty natural looking. Doesn't cover my redness, but it's not, it's like a tinted moisturizer. So as far as that goes, I think it's really well, because I've had tinted moisturizers that to me don't even have any tint in them. So I'm kind of like, what's the point, right? But this one, I think, looks pretty natural. And it does give some coverage. So, alright. Good enough. Next, we're going to move on to the Magix Corrector. This is new also in the Magix line, and I have the lightest shade. This is only available in 3 shades. And I've used this a few times, and I feel like this is a little bit dark for me. So this is supposed to be a brightener, like in a corrector. I feel like it's too dark for me. If you are porcelain or fair, even the lightest shade, in my opinion, is not going to work for you unless you have like some kind of a decent tan or something for the summer. But yeah, so I'm going to apply it with my finger in the under eye area and a little bit over my redness in the cheeks. And I just think, can you see that? I think it's a little too yellow and a little too dark for me to be, you know, like a true brightener. But I'm showing it to you. I'm wearing it today as in this capacity to show you how it looks. So, just going to put a little bit over that redness. And if you'll remember, we used to have, Avon used to have a, so you can see the difference. This side has and this side doesn't. So I can definitely see that it is concealing a little bit. You know, it's giving me a little bit of covering up the imperfection, but it's definitely not a brightener. And in fact, I probably would even appreciate it to be a little bit lighter as a concealer. Anyways, what I was saying is we did have a concealer in a pot. I can't remember if it was just True Color or Ideal Flawless or whatever it was, but it was so emollient. It was like super creamy, and it was almost, for me, too creamy because it made it really shiny, and I had a hard time, and then like getting it to set. And this area is not an area that I want to put a bunch of powder on to try to set something. So it was kind of like not a great product for me anyways. This one is stiffer. It's not as creamy as that by any means, but it's not like drying either. I think it's, you know, it's decent as far as the formulation goes. I just think as far as this light shade is, it's not, it's a little deep for a light or fair and porcelain skin tone. I can't say anything about the colors of for a deeper skin tone. I'm not really sure. A little bit right there on my chin. Yeah, 9 minutes, and I'm just a talkie. So that was the Magix Corrector in the light shade. And then I think I'm going to use, the next thing I'm going to do is the bronzer. I'm going to use a little bit of this FMG, the Morning Sunflower. Remember, this is the giant jumbo bronzer from last year. Now we do have, and I actually have it in my cart with Avon. So this came with that giant sponge, but I'm going to use a brush. We do have powder bronzers coming, and I actually have them in my cart. I haven't placed my order yet, but I will be soon. So I'm going to use my blush brush, and I'm just going to, how can I show you? I'm just going to dip it into that. I'm going to press it in and try to pick up some product there. And I'm just going to put a little bit around my hairline. This one is very, very forgiving. So if you are like fair skinned, this is a light bronzer, and it blends very nicely. It's got a little bit of sheen to it, but it does dry down. It's nice though. I like it. Getting makeup in my hairline. And I'm going to put a little bit, not really to contour, because this isn't a proper contour shade, but just in that area there. And then I'm also going to put a little bit, just kind of like on the bridge of my nose, so that it looks a little bit, you know, like I've got a little bit of sun. And I'm also going to put some down here, because I have something I recently noticed. We started in my Facebook group, which I can link below. We started a makeup of the day thread where I'm encouraging everyone to post a picture of their makeup that day. And one of the things I noticed is I have some permanent sun damage, like right here, from where like my neckline of shirts are, and I can't stand it because it looks to me like a dirt smudge. It's been driving me nuts. So I've been trying to bring my bronzer down and kind of try to blend over that or cover it a little bit, just so it won't be so noticeable. So that was the cushion bronzer in Morning Sunflower. But yeah, I'm excited to try the powder bronzers. I've been kind of into bronzers this year. I bought a few also non-Avon bronzers. So next I'm going to put on a little light dust of the Magix dust. I don't usually use this as like a setting powder, but today I am going to just try to do like the lightest application and not have it look too heavy. Because it does have a tendency to look cakey on me if, get a hair there again, if I get too much there. It's funny because there's certain powders and stuff that I used to love and now I can't use them. One of them is the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. I used to use that all the time, and I tried using it lately because I have a tub of it, and I've tried using it a few times in the past couple months, and I look so dry with it on. And that used to be years ago, years before I started selling Avon and stuff like that. Like when I first started dating Keith, I was really into Bare Minerals. That was like my go-to powder, and now it makes me look dry. So it feels pretty. Maybe just a touch more around the nose. So that is that. Okay, so this Cashmere face palette that is limited edition for Mother's Day. What is it called technically? Caress Me Cashmere Multi Palette. It's very pretty, and I have used it. It's hard for me to get it open. It has a mirror in it there. It has 2 different shades of powder in it, and you can wear them separately or together, or, you know, alone, whatever you want to do. As a blush, I'm going to try to stick primarily with this pink shade. I'm actually going to use the same brush that I put that cushion bronzer on, but I am going to kind of brush a Kleenex across the top of it there. And I'm going to try to stick with my brush primarily in that pink area there. But you can see it picks up. So I'm going to use it. Now this is really glowy, so I'm not going to need a separate highlighter or anything like that. So I'm just going to start buffing it. See how glowy that is though? Like, you definitely do not need a highlighter with it. Very glowy. So if you are like me and you have aging skin, it can show texture and stuff like that. For me, that's not a deal breaker. I mean, I'm not like... It's not a deal breaker for me. I have texture on my skin. Whoopity-doo, you know what I mean? It's like, show me a woman who doesn't have texture on her skin. But some people, you know, try really hard to like avoid any of that kind of stuff. So this is something to keep in mind with this. I think this pink shade could be a highlighter on a deeper skin tone, and it would probably be stunning, as well as that like golden beige color would be really nice too. But again, for a lighter porcelain fair skin tone, excuse me, I believe it's too deep. But I also think that it's a multi-palette, so you can use it in different capacities. So even if you are fair-skinned like me, or light-skinned, you can still use this. Now, I would feel comfortable, you know, as my blush, even though it is glowy. You know, I like it. I think it's pretty. I am going to use the lighter shade too, but I'm going to put that on the eyes when we get to that point. So that was that pink shade. And then I'm going to use the VDL Eye Primer in the Serenity, which is supposed to be the brightening formula. I'm going to put that on my eyelids right now. Oops, that one was a little glappy. A little glappy. I'm still using this. Now I'm leaning more towards liking it. I was kind of, you know, on the fence about whether I liked it or not, but I don't know. I think I like it now. I didn't do my nails. Should have, but I didn't. Alrighty, so I'm going to, now we're going to go into the Cashmere Eye Palette, Cashmere Eyeshadow Palette. I have the new eyeshadow palette for summer, the Summer Love, I think is what it's called, in my cart, you guys. I'm so excited to get that. So here we have this. This is 6 shades here of very neutral colors. And let me get my brushes out. I'm going to do pretty much a very basic look today. This palette, I think, is a basic type palette, so I swatched it in a different video, so I don't feel like I need to do that again. I'm trying to choose what I want here. Let's go for, I'm going to go for this lightest shade first, and we'll put that under the brow area and down to the crease. But even this shade is a little bit dark to be like an under brow bone highlight. Our sunshine keeps like going in and out, in and out, in and out. I wanted to film this video 2 days ago, but yes, okay, so today's Saturday. So Thursday and Friday both we had like rain and thunderstorms and everything like that. So it was really dark, and today at least the sun is out, although it keeps disappearing. Alright, so we have that there. And then let me find a smaller brush. I'm not going to get fancy with the blending and using like 5 different brushes and that. I'd be like all the YouTubers. Okay, I'm going to take my Jacobsen F29.47C brush, and we're going to place it right here on the outer 1/8 of a millimeter. Yeah, no, not happening today. So let's take this. Can you see what I'm talking about? just this middle shade here. Oops, didn't mean to blind you. The middle shade there. And I'm going to put that in the crease. Now with this palette, it shows up on me really well. I have seen a comment from one of my Avon friends, and she is a rep also, and she is deep skin toned, and she said this palette doesn't even show up on her. So that is something to consider. Her skin is a deeper shade though, but yep, she said that this palette didn't even show up on her. So that's a bummer for sure, right? I'm going to place it on the other eye and then I'll blend. Yeah, that's definitely a bummer. But the new one, the Summer Love palette, looks a lot of fun. It's got like some purples and greens and gold and brown, and looks very summery and nice. After I get done filming, I'm going to cut Kate's hair. I'm not a beautician or a salon person or a cosmetologist, whatever you call that. I'm going to blend it out with that same brush I put the lighter shade on. But I do use the clippers. I just use clippers on him, and he wants it done today. So when I get done with this. Now see how nicely it blends though? It really blends nicely. So, I mean, I personally don't have a complaint against this palette. I've used it several times. I think it blends like a dream. I mean, that's great. It's a very safe palette. So I understand like why they chose it as a Mother's Day palette, because it's super safe. You know what I mean? There's nothing crazy gonna happen. It's pretty much mistake proof because it does blend so easily. It's very forgiving. Yeah. But for me, I like a little bit more fun, some color, some glitter, something like that, you know. That's just for me personally. And then, let's see. I'm going to take, oh, you can't see what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing anyways. I'm going to take the, I'm going to try this. I haven't used this second shade right here, this kind of like goldy one. I'm going to use that one, and I'm going to put it on like the inside to the middle. We'll try that, because I haven't used this color yet in any capacity, I don't think. It's kind of a warm caramel, like a warm honey type shade. These are all matte or satin finishes. And then I'll take the last shade here. Oops, sorry again for blinding you. And I'll put that on the outer to inner, the outside to the middle. So, yeah, actually, I think this one, I might do a little bit more. I always feel like the right side doesn't look dark enough, but I think it's my lighting, to be honest with you. That's what I think. That's what I think. Alright, so that is that with this palette. And then I'm going to go back into the, so I'll give you one last look at that in case you guys haven't seen it yet. There we go. That's a good shot. But I mean, like I said, I have no complaints about this palette. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly safe. It's a nice little palette. The color has good payoff for me. Blends nicely. Stain power's been great. I don't have any issues with it. But I am a lighter skin tone person, so that's just something to keep in mind. So now I'm going to go back into the face palette, and I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm going to dip into that, like that golden champagne-y, kind of peachy beige, whatever you want to call it, shade. And I'm going to pick some up on my finger, just because I want a little bit of shimmer and brightness. And it really doesn't give me much at all, so I'm going to go back in there again. There we go. Now I have some more. And I'm just going to kind of put it on the middle to the inside. And that just gives me a little bit of shimmer and a little bit of brightness. Because for me personally, I like that. So. Because that's how I roll. I gotta have a little bit of shimmer anyways. So, yeah. But I think that's pretty. I mean, it's a nice basic eye look. If you're somebody that just wants mattes, you know, and doesn't need any shimmers or anything like that, then you will probably enjoy it and get a lot of use out of it. You know, I think it's a great basics palette to have. I'm definitely going to hold on to it, even though it's limited edition. I'm going to, you know, hold on to it for sure. So I'm going to use an eyeliner. The eyeliner is not Avon. It's actually a MAC eyeliner. Technicolor, I think. My Avon Glimmer Stick in the Blackest Black, I didn't realize it was gone. I went to use it the other day and it like, bloop, nothing left to it. So I'm going to use some of this. I also have to replace my black liquid liner from Avon that I use quite a bit. And I'm just going to do the top lash line a little bit with this black eyeliner here. And I'm by no means an expert at eyeliner application at all. But good enough. I'm not planning on doing anything today. I'm just staying around the house. After I do Keith's hair, I'm gonna make dinner. I posted a recipe to my Instagram and Facebook that I got from one of those easy dump cookbooks. It's for sliders that you bake the hamburger in instead of fry, which I thought was interesting. And I was gonna make them yesterday for dinner, and then Keith's mom said she was kind of craving Sloppy Joe's, and she hasn't been eating very much lately. We haven't been able to get her to eat, and whenever if there's something that we think she's gonna eat, dude, we are all about it. So this one's heavier than that one. So we had Sloppy Joe's yesterday, so today I'll make the sliders, which usually we wouldn't have, like hamburger type things 2 days in a row, but the hamburger is thawed and we have to use it, so that's what I'll do. This one's a little bit heavier, and I blooped on the inside here, but again, doesn't have to be perfect. This is real life. This is not a beauty guru application. This is basic Avon lady application. Alright, let's see. We will do, I know this one's not as smooth looking, and it has a little bit more, like a little bump, but nobody's going to notice that, you know. I'm going to put some brows on. This is the Brow Power from IT Cosmetics. I picked up one of these recently. This is my favorite all-time of any brand, favorite brow pencil, and Macy's had a sale, 15% off or whatever recently, so I grabbed one because I love this one. Actually, this time, usually I get their Universal Taupe, but this time I picked up the Universal Auburn because I wanted to try it since I'm It just recently colored my hair, and I plan on keeping it up fresh. And I like this shade, actually. Sometimes when you get an auburn, they're too orangey looking, but this one is just about perfect. I really love this. I know this is about Avon, but I really love this eye pencil or eyebrow pencil. It's such a nice formula. It's just perfect for me. It's a little bit expensive, you know, because you do go through an eyebrow pencil. Eyebrow pencils are things that we have a tendency to finish, but I really like this one. It's a good formula. It holds up well. I like the way it feels and looks and lasts and everything. So, and it's easy. It's easy to apply. Has a spoolie on one end. I've really been into watching makeup videos again, and coloring videos still, but really watching like tutorials and stuff like that. I kind of feel like I got really like lazy during the pandemic, and I think a lot of people did, where we just kind of gave up, you know. I don't want to be that way anymore. I want to get back to myself, so... Alright, so yeah, this is really bugging me that this line on my eyeliner isn't smooth, but I gotta let it go. And then I also don't have an Avon mascara at the moment, so I had a sample of this Dior, I think it's called Iconic Curve or something like that. I don't know. It's nothing I'm gonna buy, but I had a free sample. I think it came from probably when I had like my Sephora VIB sale. I placed an order for some things, and I probably got it for free or something. I don't know. I don't like mascaras that have a curved brush, and this one does. But yeah, those are not, I don't like using those because they're of the way my hands are. Is it awkward, or I don't know, but it's just not my thing. Never ever have I cared for the curved brush, even when I was a teenager. I always just preferred the straight brush. I'm not going to put any on the bottom lashes today. We're just going to use the top. Just the top lashes. So yeah, I have a big cart full of Avon stuff right now, you guys. I mean, a ton. We have so much new makeup coming out. We actually had 3 new lipsticks coming out too with the Summer Love collection. And I tried to put them in my cart, and they're not available yet. Or they're already, I don't know if they've already been, like if the reps have already bought them all up and they aren't available until the campaign launches, or what the deal is. But there's 3 of them, and I want all 3 to show you. Plus I think they look really pretty, and they weren't available, but they say that I should be able to order them by campaign 12, so that's just on Tuesday, I guess. Today is Saturday, which I think I said that already. And I also want to get the Avon makeup setting spray, because I had it a long time ago and I finished it, and then right now I don't really have any makeup setting sprays that aren't like the illuminating ones or the dewy finish ones, and we're coming into the warm weather, and I definitely need, I have a little bit left in my Urban Decay Chill, which is like one to help stop your makeup when your face is hot, like to stop it from sliding off, melting off with heat. And I like having that one in the summer. But I just thought I'd get the Avon one because it's like a basic makeup extender, and I don't have anything like that right now, so I need that too. So I got eyeshadow palette, I've got bronzer, I've got the illuminating balms, I have oh, the beads. Like we used to have those beads, remember? They have 2 of those. Oops, did I get some on my, no, I guess I didn't. They have 2 color formulations of those. have like a butt ton of makeup coming into my possession soon from Avon. And then for lips, I'm going to put on just a tad bit more of this Dr. Belmure Balm, because I've been talking and talking. I'm going to use the Sierra Sunset in the Glimmer lipsticks, the new ones. This is what that one looks like. Really pretty. So it's perfect, isn't it, for this, to go with this palette and that face palette and everything. So that's the Sierra Sunset shade. Very, very pretty shade. I'll wipe it off before I get it all over everything. So there we have it. That is this new makeup here, and I'm still even a little bit glowy, but it's from this palette, the face palette, which is really, really pretty. Somebody asked me in the Facebook group if I thought it was worth it. This, oh, I cannot get it open. This is such a hard one for me to open. If I thought that this was worth it, you know, the cost, because it's $28. And it's a hard question to answer because it's really pretty, and I think it looks really pretty, and it actually is very glowy. It takes the place of a highlighter. You can use it as a blush, you can use it as a highlighter, you can use it as all-in-one. Like, I put it on the eyes, you could put it on your décolleté for summer, or your arms and legs. There's a lot of uses for it. So in that capacity, yes, I think it's worth it because it's beautiful. The colors are beautiful. I think it works for everybody's skin tone in some capacity. But do I also think that there are beautiful highlighting blush multi-purpose palettes out there that are less money than this? Absolutely, there are. So it just depends on you personally, what you're looking for, what is you're comfortable spending, and if you like going out shopping for makeup in the store, you know, or if you order from department stores or whatever. But I do think it's a beautiful palette. The packaging is very nice. It's heavy duty. This one in particular, I cannot hardly open by myself. It's difficult. It has a good mirror in it. So yeah, I mean, I would drop this. If I dropped this on the ground, I wouldn't worry about it breaking. It's a really solid, heavy duty. And then with the eyeshadow palette, you guys, again, I think personally, I was really pleased. It has a mirror in it also. But I was really pleased with it because it is so easy to work with. It's super blendable. The shadows are easy to apply. They're foolproof. They're not crazy. So anybody can use them. A casual makeup user or someone who doesn't hardly ever use makeup, very easy for them to use this. It's foolproof. And you can always add to it. It's a good basic palette if you are looking for something to pair with other things. Like, you might have palettes that have a lot of color in them but don't have any neutrals to ground them. This is a perfect addition to your collection for that. So yeah, I think that they both turned out to be really nice additions to Avon's makeup collection. I mean, they are limited edition, but they're really nice to have. Both of them are. And I'm glad to be able to say that, you know, because if they weren't, I would let you know for sure. So yeah, I don't know, but that's it. I'll link everything in the description section below to my e-store so that you can take a look and see what you think for yourself. Feel free to question or comment below. Let me know what you think. And I will see you guys soon in another video. Yeah, and I'm really liking this lipstick, the Sierra Sunset. I'm really liking it. It's a perfect shade. I love it. Really nice. Really nice. So yeah, there you go. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend and a happy Mother's Day. If you are a mom or a bereaved mom like myself, I hope you find peace and comfort and happiness that day. If you are missing your mother, then I pray that you still find a way to have happiness and just count your blessings. you know, I know it can be difficult for those of us who don't have the whole traditional mom thing going on, you know, mothers in heaven, children in heaven, grandmothers in heaven, wives in heaven. It can be daunting sometimes, but just hang in there. And I'm thinking of you, and I just hope you find peace and happiness this Mother's Day weekend. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next video.